Feminism isn't telling women that they can't try and put forth effort into their relationships. Everybody has so much smoke for feminism, and it's just getting out of control. People are misunderstanding the whole decenter men thing. If you're in a relationship with someone, if both of you are willing to do the work, then both of you should try until you can't try anymore and y'all decide it's best to cut ties as long as there's not any abuse or infidelity or anything like that. Plenty of my mutuals on this app make the same content as me. Most of them, I think except for maybe 3, are married or in a relationship. And I'm not in a relationship, but I have been seeing someone consistently for a while. The issue comes in when only one of you is trying, okay? It's not your fault what he does to you or what he did to you or anything like that. It's not your fault if you didn't recognize the red flags because you had no clue what to look out for. I was in an abusive relationship when I was younger because I didn't have anybody giving me the red flags and the signs. There wasn't a TikTok around. So you are not responsible for what you don't know and for what you don't realize. However, when you are given the resources, when you are given the knowledge, when you are told what to look for, and you say, okay, I have this here, but I'm still going to go that way. Now, it's on you. And that is nobody else's fault but your own. I get it. Kindness, compassion, yes. But at some point, what a lot of you need is that friend that's going to be like, hey girl, I get it. I fucked up too. But let's look back and let's learn, like, what can we learn from this so that we cannot repeat this? When I stopped weeding from toxic relationship to toxic relationship and really just sat down with myself and I said, you know what, it's not my fault that I was abused. It's not my fault that I was cheated on. But what about me is getting to a point where I see red flags and I continue to think that it's okay. Where I see this guy is not trying and I still continue to try. What about me is turning my back on my friends and breaking off plans with them so I can hang out with this guy who wouldn't do the same for me? What about me is just taking whatever I can get? There's nothing wrong with falling in love and loving and doing, whatever you want for your man, as long as all that is being reciprocated. I lost a lot of friends when I was a pick-me because they did not want to be my emotional dumping bags for when I wanted to yet again come with them with another story of what that man did to me again. They would listen to me, but after a while, shit got old, especially when they would give me advice and I would go back into the ring for another round. And the friends who stuck around were the ones who were actually having problems too, and it's just birds of a feather flocking together. But everybody else didn't have time for that shit. They were taking care of their families, they were doing their jobs, and they were bettering themselves, and they did not have time to be my free therapist. So when things don't work out, and the plan backfires, you don't get to cross your arms and stick your lips out and blame other women and say it's feminism. You don't get to project. What you need to do is sit down somewhere and say, it's not my fault, because it's not your fault. But how can I avoid this from happening again? Because if you don't do that, where I'm the crash test dummy, if you don't do that, you will repeat it over and over and over again. I had a friend, after I went through a breakup, she let me talk about that breakup until I couldn't talk about it no more. Now, there's a difference in her doing that to help me get over it and somebody just letting me vent and vent and vent and vent while I'm still going back to it every single day. I think a lot of people need to really educate themselves on what decentering men and what feminism is, or womanism, or whatever label you want to put on it. I think a lot of people need to research it because I have yet to hear a creator telling women that you can't date. I have yet to hear a creator saying that you cannot get married. I have yet to hear a creator say that you cannot. As a matter of fact, one of my mutuals who is married is always posting videos about what her and her husband do together to improve their relationship and to keep it fun and to keep it exciting. So ain't nobody telling you can't work. That's you in here feeling upset because you betrayed yourself. Ain't nobody else telling you that.